Back in 1990, writer-director William Peter Blatty gave us The Exorcist III. This film was deemed as a direct sequel to The Exorcist and totally ignored events that occurred within the heretic Exorcist II. Uh, Exorcist III was based on Peter Blatty's novel Legion, which is the novelization sequel to The Exorcist, to his book, not the movie. And it was touted because it was exciting because the creator of the original has returned to give us the latest entry in the franchise. Exorcist III was notable because at the time, this might have been like the first time we really saw in the news about studio reshoots, and they wanted a film redone and wanted an exorcism in the film because apparently there was not an exorcism within the film that Blatty wrote and filmed, and the studio wanted it pumped up, and they requested some changes and additions, and including the exorcism and the including of Jason Miller to play the role of Father Damien Karras, so they have some sort of instantaneous connection to the original film, The Exorcist. And I really liked The Exorcist 3. I thought it was really good. I felt the exorcism scenes, while one were well done, two they kind of felt a little tacked on, and definitely felt like it was a instance of studio tampering. But still, overall, I thought The Exorcist 3 was a quality sequel with featured great performances by George C. Scott, Ed Flanders, Brad Dourif, Jason Miller, Nicole Williamson. It's just across the board. All the performances was great, and it was a great screenplay, great character moments, and it was a solid film. But having read the novel Legion and how there was nothing like Exorcist III the movie, at least the one that we were shown, I got the sense that I was wondering what was Blatty's original vision and how close is it to the book. Well, it took, almost 26 years, 26 years later before we finally get to see, while technically not his cut of Exorcist III, but a new cut that is based on his notes and his original screenplay. I'm talking of William Peter Blatty's Legion, which was recently released as part of the Exorcist III Blu-ray special edition from Shout Factory. And while the film quality is mixed because they had to use whatever elements were available and clean them up as best as possible to keep some sort of cohesive story going and keep it as close to as the original screenplay as possible, I would have to say Legion is very much a art house sequel to The Exorcist. It's not flashy like The Exorcist II or the Exorcist the beginning, the Rennie Harlan recut of the Schrader version, Dominion, and it's not flashy like any other Exorcist knockoff that came after the original film. This, like I said, yes, this is very much an art house style sequel to The Exorcist, and I'll be damned if I actually like this version more. Well, because one, it is very faithful to Legion, and two, it's not flashy. It's all character driven, and you're drawn into these characters, and it's all even more interesting because it becomes a police procedural. It becomes a mystery. It allows you to piece together just how everything is connected to the original film, and it doesn't feel the need to force an exorcism in there. Now, there's one little caveat that you have to that did throw me in the beginning, is that Brad Dourif, who in the original Exorcist 3 plays the Gemini killer, and what they did in the editing when they brought in Jason Miller to play Father Karras, they would because the Gemini killer was supposed to be possessing in and residing within Damien Karras' character, and and in a little play, they would like switch between Karis and then switch to the Gemini Killer, and you know that the Gemini Killer is occupying the same body. But here in Legion, the character of Karis is actually recast and is actually played by Brad Dourif. And the reason why I say it threw me a little bit is that because I knew that the character of Karis was possessed by the Gemini Killer. I knew that going in from the novelization and the movie itself, Exorcist III. And going in, there was a moment where Ed Flanders and George C. Scott are eating lunch, and then as George C. Scott looks over and sees a picture of a priest with other priests, and that priest that they're looking at is Brad Dourif. So it threw me there for a second because I'm like, wait a minute, the Gemini Killer was originally a priest? And then later on I realized, and later in the scene, I'm sorry if there might be spoilers here for anyone who has not seen The Exorcist III, in the scene where Kinderman meets the patient in Patient X, and he discovers that it is Damien Karras. And then I connected, and it's Brad Dourif. It is actually Brad Dourif. And then you realize, oh wait, Brad Dourif is playing Father Karras. The character was recast because at the time they couldn't get Jason Miller, so they just recast the character, and it's Brad Dourif. And it really made sense that this connection that's going between Kinderman and Karras, Father Karras, is because that is Father Karras. And I totally went along with it. I totally bought into it. It really, really, really made it a lot more engaging. And it's also just great to see in the behind the scenes footage on the Blu-ray release. Dourif says that he actually had to redo all of his scenes. So here we finally have an opportunity to see the original versions of the scenes as performed by him with George C. Scott. So this one is, like I said, this one is totally devoid of any kind of exorcism, or there's no priest to do an exorcism or anything like that. And it really, really unfolds like a police procedural mystery with added elements of possession. And like I said, there's so many great character moments that are lost because of the recut. And I absolutely love George C. Scott's performance in this movie, and I really like it even more with the added footage and our change of scenes that went into this. So Exorcist III in 1990, I gave a 4 out of 5. Now William Peter Blatty's Legion, I would also give a 4 out of 5, but I would say it is the better version of the two. Exorcist III was a 4 out of 5 because it was pulpy, it was entertaining, it was fun, and had the but this one is different. A different type of 4 out of 5. It's more on the line of a Session 9, I would say. Psychological and drama. So 4 stars out of 5 for William Peter Blatty's Legion. So if you like this review, hit that like button below. Have you heard about The Exorcist III? Have you heard about Legion? Have you read William Peter Blatty's novel Legion? And have you had the opportunity to see the new alternate cut Legion? Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, so you can stay on top of my new reviews, retro reviews, trailer reactions, and any other fun things I happen to put up on my channel. So until next time, my friends, see you at the movies.